Hello crafty friends, I'm Ling from Studio Kato and I'm so happy you're joining me again today for another Valentine's card. I have made a ton of these this year and I really enjoyed it. Now this one is for Crafty Meraki and it's actually part of a hop. Now Crafty Meraki had a really fun game going on their Instagram, which was Guess the Mystery Designer. So we all submitted our projects with a mystery designer watermark instead of our names. And it was up to you guys to guess which one of us made the card. And anyone who answered correctly on any of the, I think it went on for 11 days with 12 projects. Anyone who guessed any answers correctly was entered in the giveaway. And we were giving away 3 stamp and die sets of the stamp set that I'm using today. Now let's start explaining how I made this card. I am ink blending on a die cut panel, so I just die cut a rectangle with the My Favorite Things double stitched stacks rectangles, and I'm using some Distress Oxide inks just to create a sky background. Now I haven't used my Oxide inks in a while and I have to admit I kind of forgot how the colors looked, so I'm actually going to switch out this lavender, or what's it called? It's shaded lilac actually. It's been a hot minute since I've used these things. And I'm going to switch it out with Seedless preserves to get a bit of a warmer tone. I also used Victorian velvet and some dried marigold. And I let that dry for a while. Now I am stamping one of the images from the Love Story stamp set by Crafty Meraki, just in some alcohol marker friendly ink. It's not stamped perfectly. I will stamp it again just in a minute after I'm done coloring this. You know, I love my embossed outlines, and I realize that you can't use your alcohol markers when you've done some embossing because the alcohol markers will rub away at the embossing powder. They will sort of melt it again or eat away at it. So the embossing powder becomes not glossy anymore, and it also gunks up your markers. It's not good for your markers either. So I do any embossing that I want to do when I'm doing coloring with alcohol markers. I do it after I'm done coloring. So the stamp is still in my MISTI as I'm coloring this, and I will put this image back in my MISTI in the exact same spot, stamp it again in Versafine Onyx Black, and emboss it with Wow Clear Gloss Superfine Embossing Powder. Why am I explaining that while I'm coloring? Because I messed up on filming and I didn't zoom out again, so you can't actually see anything I'm doing. But I kept the coloring really simple. I used the same color combinations over and over again, so it wouldn't be too busy because I already have a very brightly colored background and I didn't want to just use a bunch of colors on this card. It would make it look a little bit weird, I think. If you're worried about which colors to use, plan it out beforehand and just don't use too many. I try to stick to 5 colors when I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with it, and I did that for these images as well. So I used some browns for the hair. I did some experimental coloring for the hair. I am not very good at coloring people. I usually avoid it, but this stamp set is just so cute, I had to use it. And then I'm going to repeat the color combination that I used on the boys' pants, and I'm just going to use that for the umbrella as well. Once I'm done coloring that, I will stamp it again, like I explained before, and I will fussy cut it out. Now to finish this background, I am prepping it with my anti-static powder bag, and then I can stamp this banner stamp on it. The banner says love in little hearts. And this is actually also from my Crafty Meraki stamp set. It's from the Love FURever stamp set. So it has a bunch of Valentine's themed critters, and I really like this banner. So I'm stamping it 3 times, not a 4th time. I changed my mind just before I pressed it down. I'm stamping that 3 times in Versamark ink, and I'm embossing that with Wow Bright White Superfine Embossing Powder. Now before I assemble my card and glue everything together, I am going to put a little drop shadow beneath where these people are going to go. So I'm just dotting on some alcohol markers in various tones of grays to create a ground effect. I don't know, I really like doing this for a drop shadow or just for a ground for these critters to sit on, or these people to sit on. And then I backed that panel with some cardboard, and I just glued that on with Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. I really like to use cardboard to back my panels and give them dimension because it's really sturdy and it's a lot lighter than stacking various sheets of white cardstock together like I used to do. I propped the people up on some foam tape, and then to finish this card, I am also going to use some hearts. These are some clear heart droplets from Little Things from Lucy's Cards. I absolutely love that shop. They have the best embellishments, and I'm just gluing those in place with the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. Now, what I also forgot to do for this card is make a matching envelope. I made a matching envelope out of pattern paper afterwards, just with some love hearts on it. It was really cute. I'm sorry I can't show you. But yeah, that's my project for today. I really love how this card turned out. I have really enjoyed making Valentine's cards this year, and maybe it's not over yet. I am not sure which projects are coming up in the future. I am really bad at planning them out, but I'm still very much in a Valentine's card mood. Now, if you want to see all of the projects for this hop, I highly recommend you check them out on Instagram. I will make sure to link any information in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.